It could have been underage or whatever. So it deals with your integrity and character as well when you were trying to be a leader.
Oh, he wasn't posting videos of himself or nothing like that. He was
that part I don't know the details, but
they didn't.
He black. Hold on. Oh my God! They saying Google him, Manny. He black. He black.
He's an African American man.
Yes.
He black.
I got to leave. I have to leave, y'all. I have to leave.
No, Manny, you can't.
I have to leave.
No, Manny,
he black.
Dragging you, Manny. Wait, man.
He's black.
You didn't know that, Manny? No.
Wait, y'all know how it is with y'all know how it is with black. Hold up. He's black, y'all. If he's black, he can kind of say some things, can't he?
But
he's
Manny,
black.
we said this 100 times.
Talking about what you
I didn't know he was black. What the hell?
That's because you wasn't listening.
I thought this was a YT man.
No, he's black. I called him Uncle Tom several times.
Manny, he's a fat black man who was posting on Nude Africa.
Well, no, I didn't want to listen because I'm thinking he's a YT racist. A YT.
No, he's posted on Nude
anti-black.
Africa with his regular name, Mark Robinson.
He's black.
Hold on, y'all are missing what Manny's saying, though. Wait, Mocha, wait. You're saying that because he's black, he's allowed to say certain things, correct?
Because Queen Jules just came up and said we're not hearing the same thing. So he's black now. Maybe he meant something differently.
He's anti-black.
Okay, so you heard everything the hippie said that he said and done, but now that he's black, it's okay, right?
You still not.
I've heard black people speak of castration. I've heard them speak of castration.
Black man became lieutenant governor in North Carolina. His whole platform was.
I'm just saying. Hold on. Yes. I've heard of black people speak of castration,
but not in the same context, though. This is.
I have heard black people say, you shouldn't be a father, deadbeat, castration.
Okay.
All right, I told y'all. Go ahead, Manny. Let's listen to you.
But Lizard was right. He gave you all the facts before I came up. But the guy is anti-black, basically. So
yeah.
And for her,
but he's black, though, right?
Yes, he's black.
He's
anti-black.
Clock it, Manny.
Manny, stop acting stupid.
Manny,
they can't handle this with Manny.
Trina, I love you too. No matter what you say, Trina, you say some things, and I love you still in the same regards. They've said many things as to your meanings.
Here it goes. Get him, Manny. Show him who you is.
I'm just saying, if he's black,
anti-black.
Y'all have said several people are anti-black. Haven't y'all said that around here?
Clock. You're right, Manny.
Y'all have not called several people around here anti-black?
We're talking about Mark Robinson, though. Don't conflate it.
I'm not conflated. I'm saying I'm now used to hearing black people be called anti-black. I'm used to hearing that.
Okay, we're talking
about
that.
Don't mean I stop.
That is why.
That don't mean I stop.
That is why it's rage baiting, Manny. Yeah. That's why he makes African American people in North Carolina so angry. That's why her bringing it up was insane.
But I've heard many people come on the.
He doesn't like LGBT either.
But I've heard many black people in various spaces that I frequent with have the same sentiments about whether it's LGBT, black people, black man, black woman.
Let's stick with Lala. Let's stick with how we were talking about the original problem was Lala.
No, we don't move past Lala.
She was doing a pandering mode.
I get that, but what I'm saying,
wow.
I get that, but what I'm saying is now that I know he's black, I'm just saying I'm familiar with hearing black people say crazy things, and then people call them out for being anti, for saying castration. So I'm just now jumping into the conversation saying, oh, I have heard that before from black people. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But Manny, Mark Robinson did that so that he could get the YT people on his side and those self-deprecating black people on his side as well.
But he is black, though.
Yes.
He's definitely black. And also, Manny, on that Nude Africa website, he had been using his own regular email for years on the site. That's how he got caught.
Yes.
And he couldn't deny that he was using his own email.
I mean, that's just like the black John R. Badger.
Oh, my God.
He's a black man.
Man, we're talking about politics. We're talking about the politics. Let's keep it on
I want to hear this, Manny.
No, I'm just saying John R. Badger is black too. Like, that's all I'm saying. He's black too.
Right. So that's how it started off. We were talking about Badger, and then it went to the Mark Robinson comparison.
And Manny, the reason why these black Republicans do this is for the money.
I just feel better he black, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I just feel better.
Manny,
they black.
it's very lucrative, Manny. They do it for the coin. They will sell their people out for the coin.
He's a black man doing it.
Well, because I've heard black people say, you know, I've been amongst the black people, so I feel a little better that he black. Like, okay, black people, they do the lot.
So your homework.
Black people do a lot. That's what I'm saying. I've heard y'all say some crazy things.
Give it a percentage.
So she just said a C up there. She just said the C word. I don't even use that word. She just said the C word earlier. I don't even use it. That's another crazy thing black people say. Like, I've heard black people say.
Who is she? Who is she?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I love my black people, no matter what they say. Like, she said C, and I'm like, still love my sister.
Okay,
get them, girl.
You love Mark. Not anti-black.
You love Mark because he's black, Manny.
I love all my black people.
So, Manny,
I love all my black
your homework is to watch this video. That's your homework. Watch this video.
It don't seem like you do, Manny.
Not homework.
I do. I have to deal with so much out of my black community.
Okay, well, I want you to watch this video. See how much you like this black community.
I promise you that, sister.
I'm just saying.
And Manny, also, he was going to run for senator because, who is it? Is it John Thune is retiring? Yeah. I forget who it was. Who's retiring? He was going to run for senator, but he dropped out.
You're right.
Talking about breaking news, man, and learn the truth. Yes.
Man, you gotta stay up on stuff.
Man, you gotta do your homework.
I ain't gotta stay up on. No. I ain't gotta stay up on too much. Oh no, I ain't gotta stay up on too much now.
And Manny, you live in Florida. That is.
He in Florida?
No,
it's
you
in North
live
Carolina.
in Florida.
Oh.
That's right there is a hot mess in politics with
Yes.
the governor.
Do you know what we deal with in Florida? It really be some name calling in Florida. It really be some name calling in Florida, baby.
But
you got a curfew in Florida, don't you?
Florida.
It be some real name calling down here, baby.
Listen, y'all out in Florida trying to say slavery that the people was just working for free down there.
Ain't no black people working down here, baby. The black people is the baby.
Saying is,
baby,
you want to turn into a small town.
Wasn't a thing that black folks was just working for free.
I'm just saying, in Florida, baby, all the foreigners work for us, honey. I'm just saying, Florida look a little different now.
Manny, what about Mark Robinson saying that we should go back to slavery? How you feel about that?
Manny, what's a foreigner?
How do you feel about that, Manny?
No, I'm telling you, Florida a little different. That's what I'm telling you, Florida a little different, baby.
Right, so I'm not familiar with Florida terms. So what is a foreigner?
I'm just gonna leave it at that, baby. We got a lot going on, so I done heard a lot.
Ask your question again, Lizard.
So, Manny, how do you feel about Mark Robertson saying that we should restart slavery or should be reinstituted in the United States?
I've heard sentiments of people saying they wanted slavery back, which is, hold on, let me finish, creative, which will go to the means of they will want black businesses only for black people, keep our dollars amongst ourselves, grow our own community, something like what we're doing now in the live. Circulate these black dollars, push out the white.
Is that what we were doing during slavery? Is that what we were doing during slavery?
I mean, that's what slavery will be. It's like,
No, the fuck.
Harry.
Manny, do you know what slavery was?
Stupid. I'm sorry to call you.
Manny,
you think they gonna put us back in slavery and that means the black dog, Manny?
Wait, y'all are asking. Wait, hold on, y'all are asking me, right? Y'all are saying like, what does it? Again,
when slavery was,
I don't think that the people are going to be. Hold on, Trina. I don't think the people will be chained up in the future. I think if anything, it will be like black people go this way, white people go that way.
You know that there's a term like
segregation.
That's the only thing that I think that's the only thing that I think that they would get from slavery is the segregation portion.
We can't follow Manny.
That's segregation.
Hold on, Trina.
There's a whole name for that.
Would you be?
That's from slavery. That's what I'm saying. The only thing I think that they would get from slavery, which would actually work, would be just segregation. That's the only thing that people are actually talking about.
So that's what I want to know, Manny. So since you have that way, would you be opposed to it, or would that be something you would be in favor for?
Now, honestly, I am opposed to it, but I do understand my community and them feeling like we can build each other.
Don't want to impose slavery anymore. It's the white people.
Okay, I understand, but the conversation is happening on both sides. So again, I do think that we need us all. But however, I do stand with my people in saying we can bring Black Wall Street back. I do believe in that. I do believe that we can bring Black Wall Street back and us have our own banks and us work with, you know.
Yeah, I believe that.
How are you going to reword what he said, though?
But not slavery.
What he said.
That's not slavery.
But what I'm making y'all clear on, is what I take from slavery. Because again, y'all want me to stay in the slavery of chains. I'm not even going down that road. What I'm taking from, the only thing I think they will do from slavery, which would be, that will work now, is segregation. That's the only thing I think would actually work.
Manny,
but as far as us being changed and all these other things, no.
Take away your rights too.
So Manny,
all of that, no.
Something. It doesn't make any sense, Manny, to try to compare something like Black Wall Street to slavery. To saying that we need to bring chattel slavery back is nowhere near saying that we need to bring Black Wall Street back. I know you do your little thing. You got to
get white signs in the chat.
But you know it's almost 2,000 people in here, Manny. Like, you got to have, I know you entertaining, but
segregation came from slavery, right?
No, it did not. It came from Jim Crow. No, it didn't. No, it didn't, Manny. The slaves were not segregated. They were enslaved.
Right.
Like,
integrated.
Like, come on now, Manny. I know you're entertaining, but it's way too many people in here playing like that. For real.
So were the slaves with other people that look like them, or it was a lot of people? Like, I'm not understanding. I thought all the black slaves,
white people.
I thought all the black
people. Yeah, they were.
So it was some white slaves there too?
So Manny, let me explain to you.
They weren't treated as human beings in the first place. They were treated as property.
Wait, so it was, hold on. So it was some white slaves there too?
There was plenty of white people around.
Trina, calm down.
There was plenty of white people around. Who you think was doing it? What are you talking about?
Manny,
I'm asking where the white slaves. Hold on.
Go get the let it go.
Where is the white slaves?
You take the entertainment.
It wasn't no white slave.
Girl, you don't have to be here for the entertainment if it's really triggering you that much. Okay? You don't have to be here for it.
Manny,
1 minute it's entertainment, next minute you losing your head like a chicken. You figure it out. You don't have to be here for it.
So what I will say then, Manny, that road.
Why was your greasy behind?
I was saying that there's a lot of
Girl, the same way I would drop you, ma'am. Like,
damn it, Alex, I knew it was coming. We have to be careful with this, you guys.
Girl, what? What?
That was not a major population.
So again, was the white people slaves?
No, Manny, but what I'm saying is they were not segregated. They were not segregated.
Because again, my question is, were the white people slaves?
Not in a major way, no.
Manny.
But
I need to be educated.
May I answer that?
I never said that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not at the same magnitude as not like the black people were
Manny,
but you said that they were not. You said that they were segregated. They were not segregated from black
so
people.
were the white slaves with the black slaves?
There were no white slaves. White people and black people were together, not segregated.
So who was slaving? Who was slaving, honey? Because they were separated.
Manny, that's why it's offensive when he said we should restart slavery.
Everybody hold up.
What the fuck?
You right.
Manny, black people were slaves. The white people were indentured servants, meaning in order for them, when they brought white people over, such as the Irish and some English people, when they came over to this country, in order to pay for their trip to come over here, because they came over here, it was a trip as a choice. They worked for the white people.
Who?
The white people who came over on the ship, they took a trip to this country. They wanted to come here. They were not kidnapped. They wanted to come over here.
So, Manny, can I?
You understand that?
Can I do a quick little education thing, please?
Go right ahead, Brady.
Manny, segregation came after slavery. I know there's a lot of things to joke about, but unfortunately, this is what I do be serious about. Slavery happened. And slave was a term. You feel me? It was a term, just like indentured servant was a term, respectfully. And then black people, once slavery was abolished, quote unquote, when it really wasn't abolished from the 13th Amendment, It was simply changed to criminals, respectfully. So now you don't have slaves anymore, you have criminals. You remember, do you know that when they abolished slavery, they said there will no longer be slaves, except unless you're a criminal. So that's why when you go to jail, you're technically still a slave in this country, in America. But when black people said that they wanted their own shit, they said that you could be separate but equal. And that's where you have Jim Crow. Segregation came after slavery. That's my TED Talk for the day, okay?
Okay.
That was a great TED Talk. I agree with you there.
So segregation came after slavery.
Correct.
Right.
Got you. Okay, long as we understand the timeline. Segregation came after slavery.
Right. So when we go back to the original point of Mark Robinson saying that he wants to revert back to slavery, he's not talking about Black Wall Street, and he's not talking about segregation. Now, I do agree with you that segregation may be great for African Americans at this point. Dr. Julia Hare said integration is nothing but the illusion of inclusion. So I do agree with those sentiments. But when we talk about slavery, that is not the same thing as segregation or Black people having their own autonomy in this country.
Well, I hope y'all ain't talking about no chains and whips.
That came out in 1865. Segregation came out in 1865.
I know y'all ain't talking about no chains and whips, honey.
That's what Mark Robinson was talking about. Back to my original point of why that black man is a mess, and why that black man angers African American people because of things that he said to get into office. And I'll also lay my plan with this: he's the only African American to ever be lieutenant governor in North Carolina, and I can assure you the reason for that is the way that he licked up the white folks.
And he got endorsement from he got endorsed by Trump as well.
He did. That's correct.
Okay.
And Manny, remember.
So Manny, what's so funny is, I'm sorry, it's just the okay. It's like some people do have the luxury to kiki and joke, but some people grandparents was a victim of what the things that you're joking and laughing.
Ooh, I'm glad my grandparents made it through as was not slaves. I'm so glad that my grandparents was not slaves or anything. So I'm so thankful they not. So thankful they not. That I can live in a free world. So thankful they was not slaves because none of my peoples were slaves. None of them were slaves. We came from a very rich melanation, baby. None of us were slaves. I can count on my hands how we didn't have no motherfucking slaves.
Can I ask a quick question, Manny, if you don't mind?
Hell.
I just want to understand you. So when you were asking your question earlier about where the white people, Black people were together during slavery, and you were using segregation, were you using that in the sense of like, you know, the white people in the big house and the Black people in the slave quarter, so therefore that's segregation to you? Or were you literally saying segregation, it was the same as slavery type? Were you saying that?
So what I was saying was, from slavery came segregation, or together, like we chaining up the slaves and we're separating ourselves from them.
Okay, so you're using segregate. Okay.
So Manny, where were your people from?
Oh, baby, they was from a rich place, honey. They had jewels, baguettes, honey. I think a little, what they had, Wakandanism in them. Wakandanism.
So from Africa?
From the Wakanda tribe.
I know you lying, Benny.
What country?
Wakanda. Africa, Wakanda.
Okay, I'll leave it alone.
Now, Manny,
y'all think I don't have no slaves? Like, are y'all? Do y'all think my family didn't come from slaves? Did y'all think my family don't come from slaves? So y'all actually think that my family don't come from slaves too? Y'all think I was just?
No, we know they do.
Come on.
Well, we were just confused because you dropped up for saying it, so we were just confused by what you're.
Because he the one talking about. I know we all can be privy. Baby, we all come from the same.
That is true. African Americans. I know my family's from Georgia and North Carolina.
The fuck? How the hell?
Manny, I wanted to tell you this about segregation. Segregation was not totally a bad thing. What happened was during segregation, they didn't like how in some areas we really were prospering, like with HBCUs, with our people becoming doctors and lawyers. It was those things that they didn't like. They didn't like Black Wall Street, so they burned it down. They didn't like other places, so they burned those things down. They didn't like us having
Hey, how you doing?
HBCUs because they wanted to get rid of
I'll
them.
just take
They did things to us when we were prospering. You know what I mean? They didn't like our prosperity. So that's part of the reason why they wanted to get rid of it. So yes, they were very jealous of how we could do things with very little.
And we built all the
understand that?
monuments. And we built
Oh, no,
all the
I totally
monuments.
understand. I totally get it. But I was just, giving you a little tidbit that you all felt as if did not go together. And I'm like,
so
they
back to
did
the
go
original
together.
point. Do you see why that African American man Mark Robinson could be an issue or could be considered as a rage bait to African American people?
I can see him as a rage bait. Easy to answer that. But
Yes.
I have also, since then, heard various Black people speak in that same fashion.
But man,
Even those I have not thought of as rage baiters have said things like castrate the man. So it's many things I've heard.
they weren't running for politics though.
I get they wasn't running, but the point
that's
is
shaping how
that
they vote, though, whether you want to believe it or not.
Yeah, but we were comparing the Badger guy with the Robinson guy. That's how we started off.
and then once you all again reminded me that he was Black, I'm like, oh wow, I've heard Black people say many things.
Oh,
And we have to love them the same, right?
Oh, wow.
Love him in what way though? What do you mean by love?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't love your ideology.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, don't we supposed to love them all the same?
Not the ideology.
No.
Love him as a human being, but not.
So
Not
that's
when,
what
not when they are actively working against us as a whole.
Yeah.
So then what Creative said, love them as a human being?
Oh, yeah, you love everybody in God's way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's basic humanity.
I love Lala.
Well,
in
that's
God's way,
basic
but I still
Manny.
see shit capital
That's
R.
basic.
That
No, that's
Yeah, I love
basic
everybody
Manny.
in God's
That's
way.
basic Manny. I love everybody
I don't hate
God's
nobody.
way. Me neither. Like,
I don't
he's
hate
Black.
nobody.
I am loving him in God's way. Basic.
Maybe we can just agree there, I guess.
But when the ideology is not aligned with,
I just asked you that, Creative. You said in God's way. You said no matter what he done, in God's way.
right. But as a human being, yes. But when it comes to like morality and certain levels of ideology, you can make a distinction there.
And that's why I made you all aware that I've heard various Black people, even on this side, say similar things.
Yeah.
Well, Manny,
I'd like to keep it on what we were talking about
originally.
originally. That was politics and the.
That's why I wasn't shocked no more when you said he was Black. When you say he was white, when I was thinking he was YT, I was disconnected. I was like, oh my God, a white person. And y'all know all this information. But then when you found out he was Black, I'm like, ooh, a Black person.
That makes it even worse if you ask me.
I
But
just
to the
had one
point,
question
I
I'm
was-
gonna drop.
I'm
Now
sorry
it make
to
it
see
worse. Now
It
whose
makes it worse.
ideology? Now that makes it worse now.
I have one question I'll drop. Hey, Manny.
Hey.
Hey, I just want to ask, do you really have to love someone that don't love you?
I believe you do, sister. You got to keep your heart pure, sister. You got to keep that thing intact. You got to boo-boo, boo-boo.
Because when someone make comments like that and they're your race, they should feel something. And they are showing that they don't love who they are.
But they love some Black people,
Oh,
don't
I
they?
agree with that.
Don't they love some Black people? Or you think that he hate all the Black people?
I think he loved any Uncle Tom.
No. Do you think he hate all the Black people or do he love some Black people?
I think
Because again, his sentiments could be if you're somebody that, because there could be things that he agreed to as a Black man, meaning like maybe if you're a Black man that's successful and you're a Black man that's taking care of your family and you're a Black man that don't cheat and you're a Black man that go to church, he's like, oh, I'm rooting for you.
I think he likes
but that's
people
kind of
closer
like
his proximity, but not to all 50 states.
Right,
So
and
that's
that's kind of like, it bothers me when people say 13% of African American men voted for our president. Well, why are you ignoring the 87% that didn't vote for him? 13% is a failing grade, and 87% will be a B plus. Okay, why are we ignoring the majority? So does he like some black people? Maybe 10% or less, but that sounds like he failed that course.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's why I say I love all of my race. I take the good, bad, and the ugly. I love all of my race. I take the good, the bad, and the ugly.
But he doesn't. But he doesn't.
I get that he doesn't, but I still love him in spite of where he does not show love.
Manny, can I ask this question too? I know we went down a rabbit hole of politics, like we're over there in a certain morning show, but I do want to ask, do we feel like Nitra Talk is owed another thank you for giving us the topic for today? Because yesterday they gave us 3 topics. Today we had 1 topic and went down the rabbit hole. And I think that's all thanks to Nitra Talk.
Well, Miss Nitra has been doing her big one. Shout out to Miss Nitra. Shout out to her. Going big. Streaming on all platforms. Make sure y'all go download that. Going big. Streaming on all platforms. Whew.
She did do a good job, and I'll drop from that.
Yes, y'all. I enjoyed y'all today. This is my time for today. Oh my God, y'all. Y'all spread love. I know.
Thank you, Manny.
Thank you, Mocha. I know a lot is going down. Love you too, Hippie. Thank you, Creative.
Thanks for helping me up.
Thank you. Opulent. Thank you, Asia, baby. Did you want to say something, Asia? Ooh.
Thank you, Manny. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The only thing I want to say is, listen, if we do better, if everybody feels so strongly that when people come around, they're intentionally trying to make us angry, it's quite simple. We have to practice ignoring a person who's trying to get your attention. If every time we're going to fall for the monkey in the tailpipe and give it attention and change the whole topic, and then that's what it's going to be. And anybody that wants attention will continue to do the same thing when they know it's a surefire way for them to get attention. So that would be my suggestion. Thank you, Manny.
Yes, thank you. So yes, y'all, I understand it got a little sticky today. Did not know where it was going to go, but child, y'all, stay vigilant. Love thy neighbor. Love your family. Love yourself. In the words of my pastor, Lil Boosie, badass that is. Love your family. And I'm finna get out and go spread some love to mine, okay? Ooh, I would have did longer, but baby, y'all done woke me. Man, I got to go spread some love because I got to disconnect. Y'all done probably revved up my sponsors for today. Let me go tap in and see if they even enjoyed the show. Love y'all too. Thank y'all so much for getting me to this point. Without y'all, I could not be doing the things that I love to do. So I appreciate each and every one of you that have been pouring into me, that has allowed me to even grow this platform before you all. I appreciate you all. But I do have to get out of here because I do have a meeting with some sponsors at 4:00, and I just got to prepare myself to put on a different look for that. So really, that's really why I got to get out of here, because I got a meeting at 4:00. So my apologies.